Hey guys, welcome to ADP Art Creations. Tonight we're going to be talking about how we can prepare our minds for the WNBA season that starts I think we got about another week before it starts. We're going to talk about our favorite players, how to prepare your mind for the season, what are some motivation strategies that we could use, and who my favorite players are and who I will be uplifting, sketching, motivating for this season. Also, I'm also going to be motivating for the whole team, but like the new players that came in that I don't know about how they're going to play for Chicago Sky. I'll add them as I learn who they are and how they play the game for this particular year. But as fans, we have our moments where we crash out, where it's very emotional for us. Hey, Miss D, where it's very emotional for us, and I want to talk about how, as fans, we can get prepared for the WNBA season for the Chicago Sky. Right. So first, we're going to talk about. I'm not going to go too much into talking about Jeff P, but I just want to say this, and then we'll move on. um for me, we have to forgive, but we can't forget. Especially when it comes to Jeff P. Right. I know, Miss D. Look, they got 20 something people on that roster. Like, make it make sense. I think allegedly, or whatever. I think by what I'm seeing and the way his actions, the way he's looking, I think he's quite nervous. That's why next thing you know, we got all these people, coming. They're gonna be fighting it out to play, get a roster spot. But I'm quite sure he already knew that from the beginning. um it's just how he was playing the game and how they got it set up. I do want to say, like, every time I think about Jeff P, I think about a migraine headache. So I like it goes straight to a migraine headache. Like, I have not forgotten how he did Spoon and Kennedy, and I know we supposed to forgive and all that stuff. And he can have time to redeem himself, but even with him redeeming himself, if they don't make the playoffs, he in trouble. Miss D, did you see his face expression? You watch how he moving, like when he's talking and everything. Do that look like a guy that's for sure know, like, I got it going on, we gonna do this, you know what I'm saying, I didn't make no mistakes, I didn't, I'm good to go type of person. I think when it comes to Jeff P, we know what to be expected. We've seen his actions, we heard his words. Nobody had to tell us what he's saying. He is saying it himself. It's coming out his mouth, the tales that he's telling. And I don't know. It just doesn't. It don't. To me, it doesn't look good for him. I know. I watched him during the Sky Games, all the Sky Games, and it was just something. It's just something about him. And he could change during the season, but that's not going to change. What he did, the Spoon, Kennedy, and whatever else he cooking up. Because it's like he got a track record. He got a track record of saying this and then switching it up, and stuff like that. I hope it works out for everybody. But whenever there's a problem, it starts with the head. You gotta look at the head, not just one person. It's all of them. So they gotta come to. They're either gonna come together and do the right thing, or they're gonna come together and do the wrong thing. But as fans, we already know what to expect when it comes to him. Nothing should be surprising. I think it becomes overwhelming for us. So, okay, so what are we going to do when we start to become overwhelmed? Because look, this year, Angel, Camilla, HVL, Michaela, those are my four. Miss D, what are your four players that your favorite four players from the Sky this season? Those are my four. Those are the ones I'm gonna root for the whole team. But I'm gonna root for the whole team, but these particular four, I'll be sketching, drawing, uplifting, whatever I need to do for these ladies because this season is gonna be hard for them. Like it's not gonna be hard for us them playing and all that kind of stuff, but the criticism, the they make one mistake, the comparisons, it's gonna be real. It's gonna be really crazy or whatever for the 2025 WNBA season. I think with HBL we got to give her some grace. She coming in and they're already putting their mouth on it. Oh, she did this at this school and did look. Okay, that's then. This is now. We're not going to talk about her future because we don't know. We got to see. We got to see the action between the players and stuff like that. So how do we handle how do we handle the players? Angel Camilla Atkins. I don't have a fourth player. Oh, you like Atkins? You don't like Miss D? You don't like Michaela? I like Michaela. Michaela was one of the ones who welcomed the rookies in. Camilla and Angel. I like Michaela too. It's something about Michaela. Miss D. I don't know what he was trying to do, but it didn't work. And he know it didn't work. That's why he signed all these people to this camp. Say what you want to say behind that microphone, but we see, we see. I thought for sure they were going to get sellers. I thought for sure they were going to get sellers. Like I had sellers on my list for her to come to the sky. But like KSAT was saying, he say this 1 minute, then he turn and say this the next minute. So, who knows? Yeah, definitely, most definitely, most definitely. I think that HV. I think HVL that's exactly why he got HVL, and it's already starting the storyline. They already posting stuff about HVL, like she getting the hits already. She, what I'm saying, she not getting the hits. They know her story. They see how she came from LSU and went to TCU. Like they see what she's grown from and what she's becoming. And now look, if he was for sure, Miss D, about everything that he had going on, what happened? They signed another coach. I said, how many coaches the Sky gonna have? Well, Miss D, that WNBA gonna make her physical. She ain't gonna have no choice. She gonna have to be physical, or she gonna have to take a break. But I think that she's gonna prove everybody wrong. I do. I don't know what the time, if it's gonna be the middle of the season or if it's the beginning of the season, because everybody gonna have that wake up call. Um, I'm hoping that they do not, because I'm already hearing the stories on all social media where they don't pin them two against each other. But Miss D, we're gonna uplift these women. We're gonna watch these games. We're not gonna Jeff P gonna be Jeff P. Him and his head people, they're gonna be who they are, and we're gonna take up for these players. We're gonna motivate these players. You know, you couldn't get it. Um, okay, I'm going to I wonder why I didn't type in. Okay, Miss D, I'm gonna go on my YouTube channel and I'm gonna look for one of your comments and I'll post a link in there. If you want let me I'm gonna drop the link if you want to come. Let me see how I look. This is my new this is my new Apple computer my dad sent and I have no idea. Let me see. Let me see how I can get you up here. Hold on, Miss D. No, I don't need that dictionary. Hold on. Let me see. It says invite. Invite guests. copy. Why won't let me post it? Okay, Miss D, it's not letting me post. Okay, when it says invite guests, I can do it through Gmail Messenger. Oh, hold up. Let me see. Uh-oh. Hold on, Miss D. Oh gosh. Let me see if I can. Hold on. Let me see if I can if it's gonna let me do it this way. How do I do this on the hold on, Miss D. Let me go to let me go to StreamYard up here. But see, let's go to StreamYard. Let's get it was doing it was streaming from my phone and my computer. See this technology. Okay. Let me see if it'll let me put it down there. Okay, when I go into other lives, I have a problem coming up if I copy and paste. Right. I don't, Misty, I don't know. I'm gonna try to see if I can get it. Ooh, sorry, Misty. Mm, okay, let me get off of this one. Miss D, look. Miss D, I don't know. I don't think it came up. Let me see. Hold up. No, I think that's StreamYard.com. I don't know if that's it or not, Miss D. Share your referral link. Oh, this is a referral link. So, okay, I'll figure it out. Cause I don't know how. I don't know how. Let me see. I'm getting ready to figure. See if this do it. Uh oh. Okay. It sent me to StreamYard, not your chat. Okay. Hold on, Miss D. We're gonna get this thing. Hold up. It's playing with me. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Okay, it says invite guests. It's got Gmail, email, messenger. So guests can stream this to their own destination. We're not doing that. How do we copy it? Okay, that's what I'm getting ready to do because it is not doing it this way. Control C. Okay, let me try the old school way. I'm trying it the old school way. If it don't do it this way, mm-mm. I think case I watch. I guess copy and paste your chat. Copy and paste it. Okay, let me see if um, let me see if I can. Ooh, let me see if I can text Bro Claude. Oh, you know what? Yeah. Let me see if I can. Let me go to. Yeah. Let me see. He might be watching the game. K-Sap might be watching the game. You know, his LeBron playing, so okay. He might say, "What in the world?" Okay, I'm gonna see if he copy your URL and paste to your chat. Okay, that's what I try. Miss D, that's what I hold on. Let me call my daughter. I'll see. Um Control C. Control V. Let's see. I'm gonna try this one. I wanna know why this is not hold on, Miss D. I'm waiting for yeah, I forgot. I forgot, Miss D, about that. I'm waiting for some. If yeah, he may get back to me. If not, um, KSAP probably watching that game. So okay, we're gonna figure it out. Somebody gonna come help me. I probably should have asked Miss D for. I thought I could do it because it's saying copy the link and then bring you up, but it's like it's asking me to do it like Gmail, email, or Messenger, but it shouldn't have to be like that. It should be I should be able to drop it in the chat, but it's not letting me do it. So if I if somebody texts me back, then I can bring you up. Okay. So okay, so we talked a little bit about Jeff P and how we already know how he is and what to expect from him. You know, he done showed us 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 times on how he is. So um what's next? Okay, let's how are we gonna uplift each other in the chat to be able to talk about the WNBA season? We can have different opinions, but how do we not get those different opinions into bumping heads and having been bullies or going back and forth big splats, and when we want to just be like enjoying sports, enjoying the sport, being able to agree or disagree, you know, without because sometimes when it comes to sports, it's personal to people. That's their therapy, that's their strategy. So they might come off a little strong, but how do we to see how Tyler going to bring the team together? Well, Miss D, I'm gonna say this: he got all these coaches coming to this team. Somebody gonna have to do their job, and if they don't, then they won't have a job. Because if I see one more coach going to the Chicago, one more developmental coach go to the Chicago Sky, that's telling you something. Teaspoon didn't need all that help when she was coaching. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It may be different, but she didn't need any help. She had help, but like it's so many coaches. I don't even know like who is who no more. I'm like, first I'm going for old girl because from Nigeria. I said she don't look like she coming to play. So whoever she gonna be training. Let me tell you, I got friends from Nigeria. They sweet, but they don't play. They gonna get you right. They gonna love you and everything, but they gonna get you right. They gonna be a little more hardcore. So you gonna have to have a little backbone. And then look, you can talk junk when you get home. Hey, Brian Allen Hines. Right, Brian. Because we got to get to that point. Look, everybody going, life be life, and everybody going through stuff. We in these chat, sometimes they take it too personal, and we talking about the sport. Disagree and agree. That's what we're here for. But don't let it be to the point where you beefing in the chat and you don't want to come to the chat no more because such and such said this. We talking about ball. Who gonna agree on everything? Everybody ain't my four players I'm going for this year on the sky is going to be Angel Reese, Camilla, Michaela, and HVL. Everybody might not agree with that. You know what I'm saying? Everybody might agree with, you know, uh, the new players, Sloop and all of them. But for me, I want to see how they connect together, how Michaela, Angel, Camilla, and HVL connect together. Yeah, right, Miss D. Like they be going ham. You say one thing, they be going ham that they don't like. Everybody' vision is not the same. What you see in a player might not be what somebody else see in a player. Why we beefing? Why we gotta beef like that? Now we're gonna go back and forth. We're gonna agree and disagree. We're gonna do that because that's what makes it fun. That's what makes it interesting. But when you start trying to play bully chat, nobody got time for that. You know what I'm saying? We here to have fun, enjoy, and talk junk, and just enjoy ourselves. But look, we already be upset when we come into the chat and we don't heard the news about such and such concerning Chicago's. Brian, you trust Jeff P? I don't trust Jeff P. But that's my opinion. You trust Jeff P? I don't. He don't have to show me anything else. I got that discernment. It's just something about him. But hey, somebody can say it's just something about me, right? So two answers can be right at the same time. So we'll see. I think even if he pulls something off this year, it's not going to be him. It's going to be up to the players. The players are seeing what they are up against. They're seeing the organization. We don't even own anything. We can't even, have a place. Hey, Riddick, I don't just, but I respect your opinion, Brian. Right. See, Riddick, that's what I'm talking about. Like, we can't be in here battling. We got too much stuff going on.
Third alarm set for 5 a.m. tomorrow.
You turn Alexa down a little bit. My son said Alexa every day. He don't have to set that timer every day for 5:30 in the morning because the kids got to get on the bus by what 6:15, 6:30. But Alexa got to be set every day. Okay, put them in prayer, guys. But yeah. So thank you, Riddick. Yeah, please hit the like button, guys, and subscribe to my channel. So yeah, I don't trust Jeff P. I just don't. I watched him. I kept saying, during the season, I was like, this guy, why he acting like that? Why he look so serious? Like he never smile. He ain't never do none of that. Yep, go back to the last two GMs. What players are on the sky now they drafted? You know what, Brian? Chicago had to do something because if we saw it, I know they saw it. They brought those rookies to that team, and I can count on my fingers how many people appreciated them and treated them right. And I know a lot of people like E will in timeout for me for right now. I ain't gonna say nothing, or whatever or nothing like that. But I ain't forgot she weighed Angel off that. I ain't forgot. But I'm gonna get over it. But I think they can come together this season and play together because at the end of the day, in Jeff P defense, he was smart enough to draft it. Well, Teaspoon drafted Angel. He got Camilla, but Teaspoon did Angel, you know. But yeah, he went along with it. But really, I think this is just my opinion. I could be wrong, but I think that he got rid of Teaspoon and Kennedy, right? I think that he tolerates Angel. You know what I'm saying? Because he needs her, not because he like he, I'm not gonna say his feelings towards her, but they show seem kind of different and everything, or whatever. I wonder which other player besides Angel and Camilla told Jeff Kennedy was a cancer in the locker room. Miss D, if you go back when all this stuff was going down, and everybody was saying, why Angel don't speak out, why she don't say this. I don't know the particular person that was on her podcast, but she made it clear that she said, don't it bother you when people like expect you to, just because you don't speak on something, that means you're not friends with a person or you don't get along with a person. I don't know which live that was, but she did say that. And that was right around all that Kennedy Carter stuff. Oh, okay. If we want to like guess what players said something, man, I got one, two, three, four. I think two of them showed. I think two of them. I think two of them when they were sitting at that table. That lets you know right there. That's two right there. You can't miss a beat. They told on themselves. Of course, of course. We don't know what was said. We don't know how we said it. But listen, we go by the facts over feelings, right? Go back if you want to. Go back to that interview, and you'll look and you'll see. You'll be like, okay, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Read between the lines because they can't cover it up. Like they can't code talk. They can't do it. They tried, but they couldn't do it. They still wind up coming out, and you could just hear it. It's clear as day. It's not somebody making it up on what they said or nothing like that. It's clear as day. Ken dog ain't no joke though. Ken one of them pits that don't mix. You know what I'm saying? She ain't Kennedy ain't no joke. So I can imagine when she gets ready. But you know what? They had to have known what they were up against when they brought Kennedy in, right? And this is my thing. I don't care if she acted up in the middle of the season, whatever. You knew when you signed her, and you should have got her the proper people. And so, you know what bothers me in life is people so quick to talk about a person, but don't want to help them get no help. And she could have been like she didn't want the help. Oh, what she said? I always be real. Can be acting paranoid. how she how she throws shots at AR5. She needs a counselor. Riddick, listen, Riddick, all of us know what do we do when we get upset? We get to the people closest to us, right? And they could be close in distance or could be close in the family. They'd be like, you done had that day, right? They'd be like, how was your day? Why are you asking me that? What it look like? You know what I'm saying? You start to snap a little bit, snap on them a little bit or whatever. But yeah, I think that Kennedy, she's very open minded. She say whatever she want to say, and sometimes she may not realize what she said until it come out. I think that she was going through a lot. We don't even know half of the stuff after she did that bump, how what she had to go through as a person. Yeah, she was hurt, but I don't think I think that Angel and Kennedy are still really good. Like that podcast, when Angel said that, she made it clear. She didn't say the name, but it came around that conversation, and they may or may not be. We just don't know. But I think that the reason why I think Angel didn't say anything because she dogged if she do and she dogged if she don't. Either way it go, it would have came out wrong. Not it wouldn't have been wrong, or what she said wouldn't have been wrong, but we would be hearing about it today. I'm saying that she needs help. I don't think she can help it. Yes, Riddick. I agree. I agree. This remind like who was we talking about on the chat the other day? Ja, right? They was talking about Ja Morant, right? And I was saying that I hope that he don't wind up being another Dennis Rodman, right? And what I mean, not the plays and the style or nothing like that, but Dennis Rodman had all that money. All them people around him couldn't tell him to go get help or couldn't convince him to get help. But no, they were steady partying with him. Yeah, you think so, really? I'm curious. To maybe, But maybe Angel explained why she didn't. I don't think at that particular time, because she had already spoke out about Teaspoon, right? And I just don't think at that time, and she was getting backlash. Angel was getting backlash and stuff for that, even though she put it out there. But she did say, now that was a remarkable snake story, and to this day, I remember that snake story. So, guys, when she cold talked that snake story, who you think she was talking about? Because she knew, like Teaspoon was saying, it caught her off guard. She didn't know. If she didn't know, Kennedy didn't know. I'm telling you, the only reason why Angel didn't go with Teaspoon and Kennedy is because he needs her on that team. Angel got God's favor and there's nothing Jeff P can do about it. I don't know if he see it or if he don't, but you can't touch her. I think so, Miss D. I think because, gosh, I wish, guys, when next time we talk, yes, Riddick, and the way she put it, and the time and she put it, you got to read between the lines. Not us, but we know, but other people got to read between the lines without being like, oh no, no, no. That's code talking. That's how we do things. We ain't got to say the names. We can compare them to an animal, uh, a species, whatever. That's what we do. That's what we do. And yeah, yeah, Riddick telling the truth. Brian, look, I can mm, the pressure. I don't see when it come to Jeff P. I don't see pressure. You know why I don't see pressure? He didn't use that same pressure and thinking about Teaspoon and Kennedy Carter. It's the way you do it. Look, Brian, think about it like this. If and I know we don't think the same and everybody don't do it the same way. It's how you do it. It's not what you do, it's how you go about doing it. If he did it in a way where, hey, okay, a professional way. Hey, Spoon, we're gonna have a talk before all this happened. And sometimes, bosses don't do that. They ain't gonna talk to you. They just, they'll let you go or whatever. But at least give me the benefit of the doubt. At least don't hide behind anything and come to me and just let me know. It's either for me in life, I'll be like, it's either you want or you don't want. Let's keep it real. You know what I'm saying? But for some people it don't work like that. So it's the way he did it. And what I mean by that, he couldn't touch Teaspoon. He tried to blackball, but he couldn't. Teaspoon is one of them people you can't touch, and she's well respected in the WNBA community. You just can't. With Kennedy, she, she getting hit after hit after hit. And that's the thing, guys. Look, I put God first, but let me tell you, I am not perfect, right? And that's what I love about him. Like, man, they'll condemn you for the rest of your life. But God, he don't do that. You still changing, you're still growing, you're still maturing. And with Kennedy, she has to have that right environment around her. And that's why I believe in like giving people chances and chances and chances. And they'll learn. One of them chances, they gonna learn. When Kurt Miller let Carter go, Kurt Miller didn't make any statements about letting her go. Right. What he didn't tell Teaspoon that he didn't want to keep her as a coach. That was bad. Right. I felt that in Spoon. She is still heartbroken from that thing. I watched that interview. I watched her how she talked. I watched her before the interview when she said something like, I knew that Teaspoon didn't know because she was already, you listen to her interview at the end of the season. She did not know. Angel did not know. Because if Angel knew, Angel would have told Teaspoon, you know what I'm saying? But they know what was going on behind closed doors. And like Angel said, I see you. I see what you've been going through. They know. That was my only problem. Why go on a smear campaign if you're not gonna sign? Right. He didn't have to do none of that. Just let people go and get her to an like they did what's her name, guys? Lloyd. They didn't smear her. They let her go to another team. Whatever drama, because look, it's two sides to every story with that. It to me it's probably was both sides, but hey, I don't know. But I'm just saying. But I do agree with Brian that Jeff P smeared her name, so his backlash about not signing her was, yeah, of course, of course. And he did. Not only did we watch him do it in his actions, but he also got somebody else in on it too. That's what took the cake. That's what took the cake and took the icing off when he did that. He didn't have to do it that way. You know what I'm saying? It's a way you do stuff. And stuff is coming back quicker these days than expected. So you gotta be careful how you treat people. You ain't gotta like them, but you gotta respect them, and you gotta do right. Yeah, he did. Now she don't even work there no more. Like he did. He did do it. Not only did he do that, he within itself, those interviews, you could just tell Teaspoon wasn't working with what we got going on. You don't even know what you had going on. I'm sorry. Jeff P, if you watch, I'm just saying, I'm just keeping it real. I'm gonna get the oil for you and everything, and we're gonna be cool. But I'm just saying, like what they say, call a spade a spade. That's what case I say. So he just and he kept doing it. That was the thing. He didn't let off. He kept doing it and doing it. Okay, like so for this whole time, this whole time going through Christmas and going through the New Year, here he go, boom, 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 talking about Kennedy or getting a journalist to say stuff. He ain't got to say Kennedy. He cold talk. Yeah, he need that oil. Oh, let me tell you, Elle had put this message right. She had sent this message about Jeff P, and it went straight to a headache. I started having a headache when you mentioned Jeff P. It's like your whole like it's like some type of I don't know some type of it's not good, but who knows? He could change. He could change, guys. We all can change. I had said on someone's podcast that Chicago was the last stop in WNBA for Carter if she doesn't act right. Brian, I think Kennedy got favored too, and I think that sometimes we have to go through different seasons, and this is her season where she will be learning and getting the right people around her. She has to build up her positive environment. She has to have the right people around her in her environment. Just like a little child or a baby. If that environment is not right, that child is not right. They start acting out, different behaviors. So I think Kennedy, she gonna be in the WNBA. What time of season? I don't know. This might be her year and season of like I said, gathering her camp up, getting positive people, getting the right PR team together. Have people that's gonna be honest with you and tell you the truth. And they could be doing that, and Kennedy be like, okay, whatever. You never know. But I'm rooting for. It's something about Kennedy. I'm rooting for Kennedy Carter because I believe in her, and I believe in people that don't get like they get hit and hit and hit and hit. They don't catch no breaks. Yep, really, you hit it on the nose. Yep, and yes, And what do they do when you do them? Whether it's true or not, they could have been lying on that girl, and whether it's true or not, and some stuff could have happened, or whatever, and some stuff could have been added in there. But when it comes to jealous, envy, and strife, this is how they react. Because I believe both of them, because both of them went up there, they sat up there, and they did those stories like that, and they didn't have to. And then you got what killed me really was when Spoon came back. She was like, I'm hearing this for the first time. Go back to that clip. Teaspoon came up there and that the people asked her something, and she said, When you look like this or feel like this, because I'm just hearing this for the first time. How your coach just hearing that all this stuff is happening with the fans, you getting all this stuff. You right there in that environment. You mean to tell me you don't respect your coach enough to say nothing? Like she didn't know? Okay, Brian. I think I feel sad, but I don't feel sad because I know she's gonna get another chance. What season? I don't know. She, I like players like they got testimonies, they got stories, and when you deal with that dealing with that mental ain't no joke. You hear me? Like, let me tell you, I in 2018 I had my twins. I'm just gonna keep it short. That's mental. That's mental. One twin is here and one twin is in heaven. That's mental. So when you deal with mental, there's something that could happen in your I'm not saying this is Kennedy's case. I haven't seen her speak out about anything about mental health or anything, but I was looking into it to see, and maybe I'll research some more and do something on it. But the Aces will drop her. Becky and Teaspoon Tie, I think backboard days are limited. The Aces will drop her. I think because what I noticed too, Riddick, is Teaspoon. I follow Teaspoon, and what I noticed anytime Camilla, Angel, and Kennedy do something or make some type of accomplishment or whatever, she's always posting and encouraging them, are very proud. So those are like her baby and her children. So I know that she still, for them three, I know she probably still keep a relate. Of course, we know Angel has a relationship with her, but I know she probably keeps a relationship with all of them. Brian, I'm coming with that. I'm coming with a podcast show about that. Her and Host Claw and all of them on that. And man, if you read their stories, oh my gosh, grab the grab the Kleenex because it's deep. And like with Hose Claw, it's deep. I respect her. Like I fell in love with her story because she got a second chance. And it's not like Hose Claw with Shamika. It's not like she just all of a sudden, like 2 or 3 years, she was out the WNBA. No, she played for a minute. You know what I'm saying? And she had to deal with all that stuff. But if you research and listen to their stories, then you be like, oh my gosh. Yeah, she does. She will. She will. I feel that too, Riddick. I feel that she making some trying to make some arrangements behind closed doors too. It's just a matter of time because if I'm not mistaken, guys, can't they can pick up a player anytime, right? Can't they do because that's what they were doing last year. Now, help me if I'm wrong about this. They can still pick up players all through the season, right? Because I think that's what I was seeing like last year where they would drop a player, pick up a player. Oh yeah. Oh Miss D. I researched her because I gotta do a show. I hadn't did it yet, or whatever. But I researched Shamika and I even follow her now, or whatever. And oh my gosh, it is just amazing how just to see someone overcome all of that and still know how to manage and deal with it. But guess who guys, I'm getting ready to I'm gonna probably drop a 10-minute video or I might do a live. I was looking up because I was getting ready to sketch Skylar, right? I was getting ready to illustrate Skylar Diggins, and I ran up on a quote that she said. And I was like, oh my gosh, when I was researching, I didn't see Skylar's name in there talking about mental health. I saw Plum, I saw Matt Buckets, talking about their stories, but I didn't see Skylar's. And then today I saw a quote she made and how before she went to Seattle, nobody knew that she was going through mental health. And I was like, wow, like now I got to do a story on her. So my thing for me, because KSAP and all of them, they got the games, they got the play by play. I want to know the heart of the player. I want to know who I'm rooting for. I want to know the things about this player. I want to know. I can't get all the stats down packed, but hey, my boy KSAP, Bro Claw, Brooklyn, Keisha, Key B, they got that down packed. So I'm over here. I'm the nurturing corner. So I want to know, why do I like this player? What is it about this player? Do I believe in this player that I'm rooting for? Why am I believing in this player? What makes this player stand out? What makes this player get all the heat? That type of stuff. So when I'm rooting for them or if I'm illustrating them, then I need to, because a lot of times when I draw and stuff like that, and when I paint, it's emotions and feelings into it. Like, give this person another chance. Like, don't give up on this person. This could be your child. This could be your family member, and no matter how many times, don't give up on them. In different situations or whatever. But yes, they can pick up players. Okay, okay. So she could get picked up mid season. She could get picked up in the beginning season, or this might be her season to get some stuff together with her team, and decide what she really wants to do and stuff like that. But she is very confident in herself, about who she is and what she can do. Like when I watched that little interview that she did, and when I listened to her talk when she did the interviews and stuff like that, she don't care what nobody say. She is confident in herself, and that might be how we wear a mask. Sometimes we wear a mask where we go to work, no, or we go somewhere, or we deal with a situation, and we wear this mask like we all fine and happy. But on the inside, ooh, we be like, oh my gosh, if they only knew. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a hard day. Okay, they can add players throughout the season as long as the player fits into the salary cap. Oh, okay. Is the Aces? How's their salary cap? Because I was looking like she could get picked up from the Aces. Who knows? See, you just never know. I know Seattle had one. Is it Seattle that one of the players was pregnant? Well, I think one of the players is pregnant from Seattle, if I'm not mistaken, or is it the Aces? No, it's the Aces that the player is pregnant. Because my reaction was, I ain't gonna say nothing about that, but I don't, I pray that everything go good with her, that she has a good pregnancy where she don't get hit like allegedly like our homegirl, De'Erica, because I'm wishing her the best, you know, as she continue to play. And I think I'm not for sure she is pregnant, but I think so. It says that Carter wants to get paid. She may not settle. Right. And see, that's the thing. We don't know, guys. We don't know if Carter, how many contracts Carter rejected two at the same time. It's looking to me like it's going both ways. They probably offer her something, but then they probably offer her something like she like, I know my worth and I'm not gonna settle. I was talking to somebody about that today. But just to help up building somebody up today, giving them encouragement. Know your worth. Don't let nobody tell you what you can and cannot have. And she probably one of them people. Like, you're not gonna tell me what I can. You're not gonna set limits. I thought the Aces was gonna get her. Aces big girl pregnant. That's why I thought they should have gotten someone to help with Sanafi. I know. Yeah, I thought so too. Who knows though, guys? We don't know. I know it's right around the corner, but we don't know who they could pick up. You know what I'm saying? We don't know. All these that's what I'm saying. Like, everybody's saying, "Oh, it's great." The fever stat, this team stat, blah 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 blah. You don't know what's gonna happen during those seasons, and they're gonna need some players. Thanks, Brian. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's God's gift, man. Like, I don't know. Like last year, I think, was it last year? Yeah, guys, last year I was like, forget it. I'm going to throw all this stuff away. I promise you, I was just to the point where I was so. And it's not like I'm just starting to do art. I've been doing shows, doing, all different types of stuff. When I was teaching pre-K for the 12 and a half years, I was the one drawing all the teacher stuff, doing the themes, whatever, and still trying trying to do my events and stuff like that. But it was like, okay, I was being more dedicated to the kids because my thing is, as an educator, you are their family when their family's away, and I don't believe in mistreating no child. I don't believe in no child need to be left behind. You can't call a child bad. You can't because these kids are 4 and 5. You don't know how they're gonna be at 10 and 15. So I kind of put more of that with teaching for those 12 and a half years, and then like I put my art kind of to the side, but I still was doing events and stuff like that. But let me tell you, this is my season. This is my suddenly season. I know it because I've been doing some things and it's been boom, 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 just like that. And I had to sacrifice because my 7-year-old has autism. So I have to make sure he get to his appointments and everything. So I'm not like that's pretty much all I'm doing is just my art and making sure he get to those appointments because there are people out there that want to get their kids help and they can't. And let me tell you guys, these appointments are over $300 per appointment. Speech is like twice a week, 30 minutes. OT is 1 hour, over $300 for that one session. You know what I'm saying? So for me as a parent, I need to make sure he get there. So like I'm doing my art and all that stuff, and people be like, you be doing proposals, they want you to come teach. I gotta do this first, and then when God says time, then I go branch out and do more stuff. The new contract, she might get more money, but teams are not going to pay her because of her reputation. Oh yeah, Miss D, I can see that. I can see that happening, but they already got the talk on the table about that CBA. How them players for 2026, they are saying they will not play. And you know what I'm thinking? Like they don't have to play because they're gonna get their money and Unrival. Unrival gonna take over. Cause they were posting like how much them girls making a whole year and they made that in how many months for when they played. So it's gonna be interesting how the CBA go because it ain't gonna be no joke. It's either they're gonna get it together and pay these women right, or these women gonna have a voice. They can represent because when a person, how it is when a person get tired and they can't take no more. What they do, they react. So they can react with the CBA. They're not playing with the WNBA. So hopefully they get all that together or whatever. So, guys, I have some questions. I got some trivia questions. We're going to do 10 trivia questions, and you're going to put your answer in the chat. Okay. So, and these players are all from the Chicago Sky. So, you got to answer them. Okay. Okay. So, my first trivia question is which player in the WNBA was Rookie of the Year in 2021 for the Chicago Sky? I know. I hope she get to play an Unrival too, because she gets a thrill out of playing. It's just I think that she just got a lot probably going on and stuff like that. We just don't know on the average what these players go through. Okay, Miss D, y'all got to answer. Y'all got to say which player in the WNBA won Rookie of the Year in 2021. That's the first question. Good job, Brian. You own it. Right. Okay. Another one. I'll say, okay, question number 2. Which player in the WNBA was our rebounding leader in 2024? We all should get that one. Who was our rebounding leader in 2024 in the WNBA? Right, Miss D. Okay, so question number 3. Check this out. Who won every Rookie of the Month in 2021? I was like so proud and amazed. Which player won Rookie of the Month every month in 2021? No. No, Brian. Guess who it was? No, I said 2021. Michaela. Go back and look at her before she came to the sky. She a fireball. I don't know. Maybe it's a mental. See, it's a mental. You get that mental under control, and we don't know what they go through. That's what I'm saying. We have no idea what these women are going through. But something, something probably that is personal, maybe because if you look at her record, Michaela is she's a dog too. I mean, you gotta look at her record. Okay, so it was Michaela for question number 3. Now this one, which player made the all rookie team in 2024? Oh, that was for the last question. Okay, so number 2. Oh, okay. So did you know about Michaela for number 3? Winning rookie of the month. She didn't have an injury, Miss D. I don't know. Maybe going from one team to the next team, you got to rebuild your mindset too because everything different. So, and then we don't know what was on her shoulder, and she was another one that respected Spoon, and Spoon gave her that chance. And that's what I'm saying. Like Spoon had a technique for certain things. Yeah, she Spoon had a technique for certain things or whatever. You can say what you want. She was in the beginning of coaching. You ain't never did nothing before. You got to have time to learn it. She didn't have time to learn everything she needed to learn. But when it came to the heart of those players, because if you get their hearts and you get their minds, you got your player. You don't get their mind and their hearts, you don't have your player. The player's not gonna want to play for you. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna act up. They're gonna talk about you. They're gonna do all kinds of crazy stuff. But and it all depends on everybody ain't gonna like everybody, or whatever. And everybody don't want your kindness. I'm like a social butterfly. Sometimes people, you say hey, they don't speak back. I keep it moving. I still be like, I'll say hey to the next person, whether they speak or not. They be like, okay, hey, somebody spoke to me today. You never know. They might be going through something they couldn't speak. But yeah. So okay. So question number 4: which player made the All Rookie team in 2024? Which players? Because I thought it was one player, but it's actually 2. So what's 2 players on the Chicago Sky made the All Rookie team? Oh, of course. Never mind. But okay, you can say it, guys, if you know in 2024. Do you guys know that one for number 4? I kind of told on myself with that question. It's kind of easy with that one. Yeah, but you know what, Brian? I didn't. Camilla, I am so sorry. I didn't know Camilla made it too. I don't know why I didn't know. I thought it was just Angel, and when I'm researching, I'm like, Camilla, I'm sorry, because I like Milla Miller. Um, she's one of my favorite too. So okay, so let's go to the next question. The first player, yes, you can have one. My son is just something, guys. But I love him and stuff. First player in Who was the first player in franchise history to win Rookie of the Year award? And who was the first player in franchise history to win the Rookie of the Year award? Hmm. That one was interesting too. Do you guys know that one? That's question number 5. See if you know that one. Well, according to Michaela was the first player in franchise history to win Rookie of the Year award. The award, unless they that's what they said. You know, when I researched her, she was. How about I gotta look her up. Brian, I'm gonna look Candace up too. I'm gonna write that one down too. Um, okay, so now I want to talk about I think we pretty much okay, so guys, and I got five more questions after this. So, okay, so as fans, as people in the chat, what are we going to do different for this season for our teams for as motivation strategies? What can we do when we come to the chat? What can we do, like if you're talking about them to somebody, if you're you have your YouTube channel? No, she was not. She was not with the Sky when she won. I was doing like when maybe I needed to reword that. She wasn't with the Sky, but she did win in 2021 with another team. So I was just trying to get some of her accomplishments because she didn't have so many for Chicago Sky, but she had a lot for, like, you know, of course she had a lot for college and for the other team that she played for and stuff like that. Like Michaela, her record is, man, she got a good record. I think Michaela, you know, this summer and you know her going into a new season, and with her having Teaspoon, with her confidence and everything gonna be different. And you know, when she went out there, she didn't hesitate to play, you know, or whatever. But when it was her time, it was her time, and she surely represented. Like I know that they were saying Izzy had faced an injury and all this stuff, and you know she got ready to play. Um, but it was a different year for Izzy, you know. So I know, like for me, like when the games come, I know that Keisha and Brookhart now they'll probably do the play by play. So when them games and stuff become, my favorite place, guys, is Wingstop. I love Wingstop, but I can't do Wingstop every day. I can't do it every 2 weeks. I gotta do. Yeah, I think I do Wingstop maybe every 2 weeks. So I might have it twice a week, maybe sometimes. But other than that, that's my favorite place. So we'll be in the chat. We'll be discussing what kind of foods we're gonna have for our games, what kind of you know, drinks, whether it's water, soda, you know, alcohol, whatever you choose to drink, whatever it is that you drink, like for the games we be in there, whatever meals we have in, whatever like uplifting comments you have, like what are your plans as a Chicago Sky fan? Also, you may have other players that you're going to be watching this year, like I'm for sure. Oh, okay. All right, Miss D. I can't, Miss D. It got a like a, it's got a strong taste. They be like, oh, you ain't tried the best or whatever. Back in the day, I did, but like now, I can't. It's got a different flavor, but to each his own. You know, very like just different. um, but yeah, so that's a good thing too. Like if we be like me, Nadiria, Tiffy, and who else? Who else be in the chat? Big girl, all we be in there saying like what we got for the games, what we're gonna do for the games. Listen, guys, I want you guys to be able to come over here because I'll do Tuesdays and probably maybe pick up a Thursday, but I have to get an art easel where I can't draw straight up. So and I tried to put it together, but I done took it apart and can't put it back together. Who does that? Me, right? So I gotta get an art easel where it's adjustable, where I can do flat or do halfway up, so that you guys can see I'm drawing. And we'll do like a sip and paint YouTube thing soon. So I'm gonna have to look around for one of those or whatever, so we can do that. But during the season we're gonna be up over here uplifting each other. We're gonna uplift our players, like, you know what I'm saying, you ain't gotta tell people all your business. If you having a day, hey, be like, hey, get put a number in the chat. Hey, okay, encouraging this person, encouraging that person. Because in the chats, a lot of people going through a lot of stuff and they'll say a little bit. And so that's why you always see, for me, I'm just that genuine type of person where I'm in the chat and somebody going through something, or we just all speak like, "Hey, how was your day? Are you okay? Everything going good?" You ain't gotta, get too personal. And sometimes, hey, sometimes be that day where you got to be give your testimony to somebody in the chat. But we got to uplift each other so we can be able to continue to come together, in the chat and be able to watch our games, be able to enjoy our games, because I love to watch Angel Reese, Camilla. I love watching the Chicago Sky, even though you could, because you seeing everything, when you watching these games or whatever. So I wanted to make sure I was a part and knew like how these players played, how they interact with each other. Like it was just great to watch the Sky, even though they didn't make the playoffs or whatever the case may be. But I just want to watch how they play. But now that Camilla done went over there and played, Angel done went to Unrival, and Fee was like, "Fee, don't come for me, Fee. Fee, you look, you here, Fee, but I got to say this now." When Fee said, "Give me that," or "This my league," Angel said, "Nope, I'm gonna be quiet and I'm gonna just do my thing." And that's her league in silence. That's all I'm saying. Let's see how that go this year. Would they? Because I know they probably still train and stuff like that together, or whatever. But just imagine, how are we gonna interact? How are we gonna do this? Are we gonna, play it out? You know what I'm saying? And still be cool behind closed doors, or how that's gonna go for this upcoming season? For her, and for Fee, for Skylar, like all of them. Like Angel was a beast. Like I don't know what to tell him. And when people used to be like, how y'all be critiquing Angel and stuff like that, I'm so for people that I'll be like, so I won't say nothing in the chat, even though you guys be right. And then I'll be like, you know what, the chat was right. Riddick, say it out. Say it for the people in the back. That's what's getting ready to happen. That's really gonna make them mad, because look, who they banking on, who they banking on want to win. Look, you can't force a winning unless you can when the dollars are right. For certain people, they can try, but the Twin Towers, they don't know what to do. Because like I saying with Miss D and all them, they hiring all these training coaches. Look, somebody gonna get out there and do something. Somebody ain't playing. She is a very elite defender, and let me tell you, a girl from Nigeria, when she get her hands on Camilla and Angel, because they like to work hard, because they want to win that game. Watch what I tell you. Yeah, she was snobbed last year. She was snobbed at all of it last year. You know, and they knew it, and they couldn't wait to broadcast. But guess what? We gonna be over ESPN. We gonna beat them, because you already know they're coming with their little ratings, and they're gonna put us all at the bottom. But you know what? The last gonna be first, and the first gonna be last. Let's see how that rolls, because you got all these stacked teams. You're gonna have a lot of people playing hero ball. Not everybody gonna, what I'm saying? Not everybody gonna get along, and somebody gonna get out beat from playing that hero ball now. Don't worry about Big Lexi. Big Lexi just got engaged. Big Lexi gonna be thinking about her marriage and stuff like that. She is not gonna be acting up. She's still gonna be cool with Angel, because once Big Lexi joined over there in Unrival, she gonna be good. She good. They already started, Miss D. They already started CC and Paige stuff. I like Paige. I like Paige because she wasn't silent when she needed to use her voice. And even though she got the backlash, they don't like Paige because she took up for minorities. That's it. I got the Sky with a no worse than a 1920. Good, Brian. I'll take that. I'll take that. So look, when I need to cool off now, they be acting up. You're gonna be in the chat, right? We gonna uplift each other up. Paige is a real one. I mean, because she spoke out and she did not stutter. She didn't bite her tongue. She seemed a little nervous, but she's like, I'm going to do this. I got to do this today because I see everybody else not doing it. You know what I'm saying? And what I'm glad about this too is that what Unrivaled did for Angel was allow everybody to see who she thanks Brian. What Unrivaled allowed everybody to see with Angel is she's universal. She is for everybody. She's not against anybody. So when they go into this season, yeah, they're gonna play the game, but it's gonna be a different type of respect. But I know when her and Fee get ready to play, boy, I can't even see nothing but Fee making that reaction and going off Fee much love and stuff. But I keep having that flashback. But I think it's gonna be good. I think that yeah, they're banking on the CC and Paige Becker's beef. They're banking on them beefing or whatever, not liking each other and all that kind of stuff. But Paige ain't got time for that. She did. And read it. Everybody, and I know some people was like, I need Angel to do this. I need Angel to work on this. I need to see Angel do that. That's all in God's time what Angel getting ready to do. But let me tell you, do you honestly think Angel laid every skill that she just learned with Lisa and Fee and all them on the table on Rival? I don't think so. I think Angel was holding back, and I think she was holding back on purpose on some stuff. And I said it because you got to leave some for the people like coming into the new season. Man, she just sit up there, and knock the taste out of them people mouth like no tomorrow. And then yeah, Paige them. You said Paige doesn't be she just eat toast, man. Oh, really? But look, she don't beef and she don't talk smack right now. But guess what? She got Enrique and all and Dejanay with her now. Oh she in ready. Look forward. Look forward. Wait till she get that first bump, like Case had said, that first bump against that chest and all that kind of stuff. Wait for it. It's coming out. Everybody got that dog in them. You know what I'm saying? It takes for something to happen for it to come out sometimes. Something real to happen. Oh, she get ready to come out now. She get that hit like Angel did. Really. I look. I ain't never seen. I watched Free Play too. I don't watch her when she played with Angel and stuff like that, right? But I watched them play, and let me tell you something. I ain't never seen Fee act like that. I ain't never seen her comment like that. She probably talk junk, but I never seen it come out her like that. Angel had her on a 10, and she couldn't get off that 10 but what? This is the thing. You teaching me, I'm gonna learn it, and I'm gonna move on it. I'm gonna react on it. That's all I did. You can't be mad. You can't. You and your husband and Lisa, y'all taught me, and that's the thing with me too. Like when people like help me or they're teaching me something, I keep working on it until I get it right. You know what I'm saying? Because I know they're not telling a story, and I know they believe in me. Angel definitely got right, really, because she looked like Fee wanted seem like one of the homegirls where you be like, man, she gonna let such and walked over her 20 times and she still ain't did nothing. But that's how I was. Really, I was in school and I was just like I was, nice, quiet, and then, as I started going through stuff, I started being mouthy and stuff like that. But it took that one time where it was like, look, this girl had been messing with me. I said, look. That's back when they like to put them blades on their tongue and stuff like that going to high school. And I was like, look, if I go down today, I'm just gonna go down because I'm gonna have to fight today. I don't have a choice. Like she keep coming at me. Do you want? You know what? I got ready to get ready to run. I'm going to school, prepared, right? Got up there ready to go. She didn't even want to fight. It was over a guy that was one of my boys, not somebody I was dating. I tried to explain it to her. She didn't want to hear it. And then she found out, and then we became the best of friends. I declare, it was like when I got ready. I guess she said, "Wait a minute." She ain't playing with me today. I didn't care. My weave came out. I ain't care nothing about that. I said I'm gonna fight to the end. You hear me? Even if I had to go down and she dragging my hair, Riddick, I was gonna go look. I was gonna say something because I look. Majority of the year she had been coming at me. So yeah, I can see Fee I can see Fee coming back. I don't think it's gonna be a pretty picture when they play though. But guess what? Angel get ready. She's gonna be even madder because Angel get ready to show her, and that's only if Angel having an off day that she gonna that Fee gonna get something or whatever. Yeah, I was in Carolina then, Riddick. I was in Carolina during this time, like, and that's what they did. They weren't doing like, some people were fighting and stuff like that, but when it came to them females, some females wanna cut you up. I'm like, wait a minute, cut me up. Look, I need my skin. But I was like, man, if I had to go today, I was going because I was tired, Riddick. I was tired. I had to push my braids back, lock them up, girl, because I ain't need my weed coming out. But hey, if the weed was flying and I was surviving, I would have been okay too. I know, Riddick, I'm not a fighter like that. I did not want to fight that girl. But I was in a position where I ain't had no choke. I mean, not choke, but have no choice. Let me tell you, this is we fist fight in Tennessee. Oh, yeah, yes, because really, that's how you supposed to do it. You know what I'm saying? You want to fight? That's what you're supposed to do. But no, people don't want to fight fairly. A lot of people don't want to do that, really. So, girl, I ain't had no choice. But I was like, it's just like you tell a person one time when people keep coming at you, you tell them off one time, they respect you. That's how I used to do all my bosses. Let me tell you guys, when I was teaching and for those 12 and a half years, I was taking up for the kids and the teachers. Georgia is one of them states, they'll let you work all day and they'll let you go. You know what I'm saying? That's how you know you got God's favor because I survived. So my thing was you could be my boss and I'm going to respect you, but you're not going to talk to me any kind of way and you're not going to treat me any kind of way. And that probably came from life experiences because before I would let people, do and do and do, and I'd be like, okay, it's a done deal. It's like 3, 4 years later. Hey, okay, I got to cut it off. You know what I'm saying? For as whether it was family or friends or whatever. And, but girl, they do not do that now. They didn't do that then and now they really not doing it now. Nowadays, you hearing stories about they got to get a whole group, be in the bathrooms and stuff. When my daughter started high school, my pressure was up, boy. I was like, oh my gosh, I hope she be okay, you know what I'm saying, or whatever, and stuff like that. They be recording all this kind of stuff, and it was just crazy. But she did good. My son, he doing, good. With, with my oldest son, like guys, like he is like he's like this genius type of guy, or whatever, to be my son. Now, I'm not bragging or whatever, but he can go in there, he can smooth over everybody, like just like that. So like they had a calculus exam, pre-calculus exam, on Saturday, right? And he talked about this one particular teacher. I got to go check her out because he talked about her. He like all his teachers, but he talked about her, right? So he comes back. I see kids coming out. They talking about, oh, it's a bad test. They were talking about they skipped stuff. But with him, he stayed in there. I was like, oh my gosh, guy, it was like 2 to 3 hours, right? He come back out. He's like, I want to make 100 on this test or whatever, right? So I was like, okay, well, whatever you put your mind to, you can do it, guys. I'm not a math person, okay? Stop that algebra two. Well, I did have to take trig in college, but I had a nice teacher, and I had to be a TP on virtual. Who's a TP on virtual, guys? But that's what I taught my kids. You go in there, you respect that teacher, and let them know you want to learn. Ask them for extra credit. Ask them, can you redo something you don't like your test score? Guys, guess what? My kids went in there and did that, and guess what? They get the extra credit. They retake the test. But with Colin, he's just natural. Made a 90 out of 100 on pre-calculus. I ain't pre-calculus for nobody. Thank you, Colin. But yeah, okay, back to the sports. But yeah, that fighting stuff. Nothing wrong with a mother bragging on her son.
No,
I
hold on,
know,
hold on,
really.
hold on, hold on. It's AP pre-calc.
Okay, Kyle.
And hold on, hold on. Show me.
Guys, okay, he want me to show you. I don't know if you can see it. Okay,
It's a
guys.
four. It's a four. Don't forget to tell me it's AP pre-calculus.
AP calculus. What?
Pre-calculus.
Okay, Kyle.
Don't forget to say it's a four.
Guys, he's 17 years old. You know how if you didn't survive your kids through the teenage years, bless your hearts, because you're gonna have a gray hair. That's why I be having on salad. Like I got on salad tonight. I don't know if I'm gonna have on Jane tomorrow, boy. They be whew, they are something else. But yeah. But he's self-taught, Riddick. He's self-taught. Yeah. Kylan, like with Yanni, okay, I have Yanni she'll be 23 this year. I have Kylan that's 17. I had the twins. One is in heaven, and Kason is 7. Kason is 7, and he has autism or whatever. But even with Kason intelligent. Really, I can't let Kason go in the kitchen. Me and my daughter now. Kason will cook you a meal if you let him, but we don't let him touch nothing. Like it's just amazing. But yeah, he's taking college courses. So like next year, he's 12th grade next year. So he'll be able to leave school early. He'll be able to a lot of his courses he'll be already taken. So they was like, okay, if he pay $100, he can go ahead and take that exam or whatever, and he don't have to take no math when he enter college. So like with Kylan, he's very self-taught. Guys, one day he missed the bus. He don't play about missing school. I'd be like, look, I'm one of them parents, I understand, Riddick. So I'd be like, if you need to take a day off, if it's becoming too much, I'm one of them. You can take a day, take a breather. He'd be like, I can't miss no days. I need to go to school. He had a fit. He missed the bus, Riddick. He called me in a panic. I thought something didn't happen, Riddick. He missed the school bus. Like he one of them. But come to that Lego girl can build it like it's nothing. Like he like with his grades, straight A's, except pre-calculus was the one he had an 86. He had a 90 in there. He had an 86. So with him, making that 90, he'll go back up to his A because with Kylan, I'm like this, you never say what your kids can and cannot do. So I'm like, what's going on with that 86, because normally you're doing good or whatever, so what's going on with that? So Colin is the type of person, he'll keep doing it until he get it right. Just like if I'm doing art, I do the same thing, but he'll keep doing it. He'll do whatever. He'll go talk to, he one of them students that go email the teacher, go talk to the teacher. If he miss a question, he want to retake it. How can he get that extra credit? How can he get that A? He ain't selling for no. I told him, don't settle for what you can do. You can make an A, go for the A. Don't settle for nothing less. Now, don't get it twisted now, guys. I've made C's and all this kind of stuff, but when it comes to your masters, you can't. So I have 2 more classes for my masters. I done took a break with that after everything that happened with Kaden Bear or whatever. And then when I got ready to go back, they were like 5,000 more. I'm like 5,000 more, but that's because online classes are more expensive. So, but so much stuff happened in between that I had to like take a break. So I'll probably go back once we get settled and moved or whatever and stuff like that, probably in the fall, because there's 6-week classes. But with masters, you cannot make any C's. Like it's not acceptable. You'll get dropped from the program. And so like I have 2 more classes to get my master's in art and education. So right now I have my bachelor's in art and education and science, where I can teach any subject if I want to, but I want to teach online. So in order for you to teach online, you have to have your master's to teach. So that was the point of me going for my master's and stuff like that, or whatever. But I can teach, and I still want to be able to teach and do my art. And it's like with college, you either do that work or you don't. Like ain't no babysitting. Like you come in this class, you gonna do this work, versus you teaching pre-K. Guys, I'm telling you, I can teach pre-K in my sleep. I know how to. A Becca is stuck in there. You do your phonics, and then you do your consonants. It's down pat. So with that, I got that down pack or whatever and stuff like that. So with virtual, it'll be kind of different. But I wanna wind up doing that. It's like 4,000 for 6 months. What? Riddick. I was doing okay, but so what happened was I went to NCCU that was in Carolina before I moved to Georgia, or whatever. I've stayed some places, but Georgia, I mean Carolina was the one where I stayed before I came here, right? So um when I um when I came here, I didn't know, like, I had my daughter. I didn't have my son yet. I had my daughter, but I didn't know about online classes and stuff like that, right? And so I started getting into it, and I started figuring out because I wanted to go back to school. So I went back, and when I started my online courses, it was with Ashford University. So what happened? The blessing that I got was in January before Biden left, he forgave that loan, and that was majority of my student loan was with Ashford. The rest of my loan is what Purdue Global. That's where my master's is, but forgave it all, right? And look, that Purdue, that's gonna be forgiven too, because it's supposed to be like anytime that you work in that profession, your loans were supposed to be forgiven. So I was teaching pre-K, so my loans should have been forgiven anyway. You know what I'm saying? But hey, that's what I'm saying. Seasons, different times. And I got that email, I got that letter. Boy, I was like, that was one of the best Christmas presents I got, because, I was like, I'm gonna be paying back till Jesus come back. But the way it's looking, hey guys, I'm looking good over here. Miss D, you can do it. You can do online courses. You can take your time. Well, it depends on what school. So for Purdue, when I did the masters, it's 6 weeks. You got to do all that whole subject in 6 weeks, and you can't make no C's. Like you can't. If you do, you got to retake the class or whatever, stuff like that. But girl, I didn't think I could either when I got here. I think my daughter was how old? Shoot, 3 or 4 when I got here, and I didn't think I could do it either, but I wound up doing it. It wasn't no joke, because you got to learn the concept and stuff like that. Like when you writing the papers, oh, they don't want to hear what you got to say. It's straight up research. They want you to research. So guess what I did? I gave them exactly what they wanted. Whatever questions, whatever they put in there, you had to learn it. Though I had to learn it after doing so many papers. You learn the game. I was like, okay, I'm gonna get on what they want, and guess what, Miss D, I was in there citing everything, even if it didn't need to be cited. I was citing it because you can get in trouble for not citing your stuff. You can either they give you points off, or you get in trouble. Guess what? Even though I put it in my own words, I still cited it. You don't have to, but I did anyway. Cause hey, and you just how you do when you writing papers and stuff like that. But I didn't care. I was citing everything. That look, I ain't never seen red on the virtual. Come on now, you know that teacher with the red pen, but they had to do me like that with virtual. I'm like, okay, but I did it anyway, and then I started getting used to it, and it become easier toward like as you get towards the end, because every time every class Miss D, you're gonna be writing a paper. Get, but it's worth it. It's worth it. Take your time. You can do it. Take one class at a time if you're not comfortable. Because with virtual, they was like, oh, do you want to take 2 classes at one time? Because you having to take 2 classes in 6 weeks, that could be like a lot for you. So I think I took two one time, or whatever. But I couldn't do that no more. Look, my brain couldn't do all that. Now I got to write a paper for you and you. Somebody ain't gonna get one, or we ain't gonna be friends. We're gonna be a little delayed. And then I got to write an email that it's a hard time right now going through the paper. I need an extra day or two. Oh, I do. If my mind is mental was like going through because it was overwhelming, I would email my professor, and they'd be like, okay, you have such and such days, whatever. We'll give you an extra day, whatever, because you ask not, you have not. Yeah, Riddick, Miss D, she can do it. You can do it. You just take your time, Miss D. and just, when it comes to something you love, like I love art and teaching. That's me. I love God's people. I love art. I love teaching. You know, or whatever. So for me, it's like it's a passion, and then it's like I can't quit. I can't quit. When I start something, I have to finish. Whether it's 2 or 3 years down the line, I take a break from school, come back, I gotta finish. For me. But same thing for you, Miss D. You can do it. Decide what you want to go for. Even if you want to switch it up, switch it up. If you decide you want to switch it up along the line or whatever, because sometimes we know at that minute, but we really don't know, like in the middle sometimes. So um go back to school, Miss D. If that's what's on your heart, you can do it. Hey, we'll be in the chat for you, watching our games and be rooting for you and stuff like that. I think that sometimes we get nervous, we get overwhelmed when we see certain subjects or we see certain things, or we be like, do I have the time for it? Can I do it? Miss D, I was doing school, I was teaching. I had favor where I was able to bring my kids with me to work. When my daughter was 2, I was taking her on campus. I was allowed to take my daughter into the classroom. That's how much favor they respected me for. Like I would be able to take my child to work. Like guys, I don't care. People let people be people, but treat people right because you never know, right? So like I'm sitting in there, I'm in Spanish. My Johnny too. She's speaking better Spanish than me over there. Like different stuff, different stuff like that. But I was able to take her to start school. And then, I was able to do virtual to like finish up at least with the bachelor's. Sorry guys, or whatever and stuff like that. But let me tell you, I done went through the storms, the rain, the fire, and I'm still standing, guys. Like I think we've been here what about almost, is that Moo? Kylan, there go Moo. Here, Moo. Here. Let Moo go over there with you, Kylan. Oh, that's Casey. I don't know what it is, guys. I'm thinking I'm gonna have to try to probably put like a little night light in there, because sometimes he'll wake up. He'll go to sleep at a good time, and then he'll wake up like 3 or 4 hours later. And he didn't used to do that. Usually when Casey sleeps, he's gone. He's out. He's good to go. But yeah, Miss D, you can do it. So guys, what do you want to see from your, oh, Riddick, who are your players? Miss D told me her 3 players. Who are your players? And Brian, if you still here, who are your players like you rooting for this year? Is it just the whole Chicago Sky team, or is it just certain players that you want to encourage, that you're looking at? Um Cause for me, I got my 4, but I'm encouraged the whole team because I got to have the other ones warm up to me, and then I can start speaking on them. I didn't mention E Will. So but let's see how E will do this year, because I don't forget. She brushed Angel off a couple times. It might have been that she probably was overwhelmed and everything. So I ain't gonna keep taking it hard, but we're gonna see how the season goes, guys, and we just gonna come together. The Sky Mara. Yeah, I gotta do an illustration tomorrow. Now that she's on the WNBA team, so I gotta do an illustration of her um too, and the Valkyrie. Um who um who you going for in the Valkyrie, Riddick? Who's on the Valkyrie? Who got I forgot who did Valkyrie draft. Okay. Yeah, I think Morrow's gonna do good. I think Morrow is in the place where she should be, because she'll be able to grow into her own person. Like she don't have to compete with the shine too much. And she gonna be good. And I'm glad to see her in the W. I'm glad to see the Angel encourage her. Oh, a European. Oh, okay. Okay. Oh, they got sellers, Miss D. Valkyrie got sellers. Dang, I was so. You know what? Draft day was not a good day for me. I had to take a day off because that thing was. Whew. I said, "What in the hockey stick was that? Like, what? Who does that?" Oof. See what I'm talking about now? My pressure, guys. I'm gonna get some Wingstop for that. Y'all got to check out Wingstop though. Oh, Valkyrie got sellers. Oh shucks. Yeah, Kate Martin spoke out too. I like little Kate Martin. I watched her a little bit, but I like her though. I don't see like nothing against Kate. I'll be watching. Yeah, I'm gonna be root for Riddick. I got since coming to the W, and it's not like we know our old school players. We know our old school players. You know, I didn't know all the old school players, so I have to do content on that too. So I'll be coming live. The next live I'm gonna do is gonna be on host Shamika, Teaspoon, Swoops, and Cooper. That's what my next live is gonna be on. Root for the team, but I do like Kate Mom personally. Yeah, I think Kate Martin do good over there. She was doing good on the Aces, but there's a reason why it's her time to go over there and represent. I think we got a lot of teams because now it's like um, I was rooting for Chicago Sky. You know, Chicago Sky is my team, but now I have to watch other teams too. Like I gotta watch my Skylar now. I got NECA and Skylar on the same team. I gotta watch Fee. Like now I gotta watch all the games, guys. You see what they doing to me? They turned me into a WNBA, like, gotta watch all the games. So, yeah, I did too, really. I like that. I like the way they walk on her with open arms. Like, she just was her. She was very, like, nice and everything. Let's see how she doing that Valkyrie, because she might be like, okay, I ain't gonna be, look, they done taught me everything I need to know. I ain't come to play with nobody, or whatever. But guys, listen, let me ask you. So last year, okay, I got the WNBA pass, right? But you can't watch all the games on WNBA pass. Is it gonna be this year? Did they say anything about how we can watch all the games, like far as Chicago Sky, how we can watch those games, um, and not be able to watch them? Like I got the pass, but I'm not able to watch all the games on WNBA pass, and it shouldn't be like that. If it's a pass, right? I didn't I got well I'll put Thompson on the next one. It was a lot of them that I could have put for the next live I do, but I was like I'm gonna do them in fours. So the first four be like the first four is Swoops, Cooper, Spoon, and Shamika, right? And the reason I'm going to talk about, the accomplishments and everything, different stuff. And Spoon and Cooper, they would have got more if they played in the United States. They did a lot of ball playing overseas. That's why their accomplishments for the WNBA is different. I noticed that too. Really? No, really. I watched Skylar when she played the Sky and she when she was playing a couple of the other teams, right? Because Skylar a dog too. She just loved the game, right? And sometimes people misunderstand her. I watched her when she was snapping on the sideline. I said, this chick is I said, yep, I'm a fan. I'm a fan because she different. She love the game. I'm a fan. But Riddick, did you watch when she went on Angel Reese show? Like that's what I'm saying. Like I want to know the heart of the players. So I'm gonna be over here talking about what type of player they are, what they what they've been through, different switching different teams, different stuff like that. Because um Skylar, she just different. Skylar is unique in her own way, and she was up there talking to Angel, and you could just feel her vibe. She's hardcore, but she also, how you got them hardcore friends that ride or die for you. You ain't got to say nothing, like you be in the line. That's my bestie Deborah. She don't play. Somebody bump me or look at Case in the wrong way, I ain't even got to say nothing, Riddick. I ain't got. I just look the other way like I'm doing something else, and I already know she ain't getting ready to play with them today. That's Skylar. They passed a whack. I heard games everywhere. Oh man. See, I don't want. That's the thing, Miss D. I don't want to have to watch all these different channels just to watch my games. You know, like I don't. Like we just do the apps and stuff like that. We got the smart TVs or whatever. So we just doing the apps and stuff like that. But I was like, okay, what I loved about Unrivaled is that Prime played all the games. I didn't have to go from this channel to this channel to this channel. Prime did all of it. So all I was doing was going over there. They already had my stuff in there, and I watch all the games, right? But WNBA pass, you can't do that. And then I don't want to be missing no games. We got so much crazy heat that's gonna come this year with these games that I need to be watching it. I need to be watching them all because I want to see. I want to see how these hero ball teams gonna work out because everybody already got them in the championship. They already the playoffs and all that stuff. But watch what I tell you. The sky's gonna surprise them. Seattle's gonna surprise people, even though Seattle got a good team. Seattle gonna surprise them. Um, the Sparks and Dallas is gonna be different. Dallas is gonna be different because I'm interested in seeing how they're gonna work together with Paige Beckers. How is this gonna work? But Paige is different. Paige is a different type of breed. So I got a feeling they're gonna do great at Dallas. I think all of them gonna work together because she's different. She's like she for the people, like she's minority. So she already that look, they're already snapping the picture of Rike and all them and all this kind of stuff. So I think it's gonna be good for Dallas. Dallas has a good team. Now Dallas, I can see Dallas going to the playoffs and stuff like that. Far as championships, I still got I want to say New York and the Aces, but I think it's gonna be somebody gonna throw a monkey in the wrench. I think it's gonna be a little different this year, but it's gonna be a dog fight this year, guys. It's gonna be serious. That's why I was like, we need to make sure we uplifting these players. Um, this season because they're gonna be hard. Like not us, but the negatives out there is gonna be hard on these players, and they're not the hardest player they own is Angel. Nobody else get that much heat like Angel do. I don't care what nobody say, and so we got to continue to uplift these players. We got to make sure we in the chats uplifting with the positive. Um, with the full court trio, with Keisha, Key and Keisha, B's channel. We got to make sure we are uplifting these positive channels because let me tell you, doing these lives and doing the footwork behind, guys, it ain't easy. It ain't no joke. I couldn't get Miss D up here tonight, Riddick. I was trying to get the link so she could come up. I couldn't. I gotta ask K-Sam. He may have texted me or whatever, but um I'll probably have to ask him to show me later. I'll probably text him tomorrow or something like that or whatever. But we just put it like this. At the end of the day, we are WNBA fans, and we're gonna keep uplifting our players. We're gonna figure out some fun stuff to do. Where we can have like live trivia night. We can have sip and paint. We can have like whatever ideas you guys come up with. We could we can come together and figure out in the chats what we could do. Or whatever, and we're just gonna keep uplifting each other and our players, and we're gonna sit back and see what's the next move with the Chicago Sky. Because if I see one more development coach sign, I'm just gonna fall out my chair. I ain't gonna tell y'all guys, I'm just gonna fall out my chair. But I want you guys to have a great week. Remember, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, Miss D. I'm gonna let you know ahead of time and let you come up. So I gotta figure out a day for that because that ain't gonna take nothing to come together. I just gotta get them to show me how to get y'all up on the panel because it said copy the link and I put it in there and it didn't act right. So we're gonna figure all that out when it's time. We're gonna have a good time with that. Sipping paint. Any other ideas that you guys come up with, we could do that too. I also want to, we need to do a WNBA trivia night. Like nobody does it on YouTube. So I was thinking we need to do that. And then, throw a wheel up in there. You know what I'm saying? You compete, you could do different stuff or whatever. But guys, have a great week. I wish you nothing but the best. I wish you all the blessings and favor in the world. And I will see you guys on the next one. Miss D, I will send you the link to my Shopify. And guys, if you like to support the channel, send me a Cash App, Venmo, whatever the case may be. And guys, keep coming over, and we're gonna keep rejoicing and blessing our players with our positivity. Okay, and have a good night. And I'm out.